Can I go ahead? Yes. It's always ready. It's like that. Good afternoon, and we participated on the informal interactive dialogue called by Ireland. There was indeed a very productive engagement with council members. We discussed about humanitarian access, and also the report that was presented by OCHA regarding famine in Ethiopia, which we vehemently disagreed with their assessment because they utilized, a very botched approach when it comes in collecting data, because the Ethiopian government didn't agree with that. It was not done in a transparent and inclusive way. The methodology that has been deployed to collect data was completely wrong because they used a couple of cell phones in rural Ethiopia to collect the data. So there was a difference on those points. But having said that, using humanitarian issues, and particularly famine, as and starvation in order to exert undue pressure on Ethiopia is completely unacceptable. Ethiopia, in the first place, doesn't believe that the matter under consideration warrants the attention of the Security Council. Nevertheless, we appreciated in closed consultation indeed, because the spirit of the discussion was indeed very, very helpful. So Ethiopia wishes to ascertain that the law enforcement measure that we have taken in Tigray region was indeed imposed upon us. As any sovereign nation in that kind of situation, we would definitely respond. What we did is, as any worldly government would do, we responded to the attack perpetrated by a renegade group in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. When we say just simply a renegade group, it looks like a very small-sized army, but they trained close to 200,000 special forces and militia and attacked the Ethiopian military. That's where the law enforcement measure was taken. So the other issue that we very much appreciated, that some council members declare substantial amount of assistance to the humanitarian effort that is being undertaken in Ethiopia. We are very much grateful to the United Kingdom, including others, and as well as China. So we hope that many other countries will also join on our effort to alleviate this challenge that we are facing. One of the issues that I have to speak at some length was regarding hunger and famine, because in our history there's nothing that we are afraid of except hunger and famine. It is indeed a lived memory. We have seen grief of hunger and also the trauma of famine. So the issue of hunger and famine should not be at all politicized. So when someone labels us that we are using starvation as an instrument of weapon or war, it indeed pains us. It brings back a terrible memory of hunger. So if, as I said in the council, if we did it, of course, we will definitely carry the albatross around our neck. The guilt will be on us. But would we do it? No, we won't, because we have lived for many years through that. So labeling Ethiopia in such a manner is completely unacceptable, and it tarnishes our national values, which very much we care. And if people believe that, we don't have chilliness, that coldness in our soul and heart. So that's what we told the council. So this is not an issue to the council. We are trying our level best to bring peace and stability in Tigray and other parts of Ethiopia. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ambassador, a few questions. First, your Prime Minister, Mr. Abiy, said that all Eritrean troops would leave Ethiopia, yet people on the ground still see them there. When is that going to happen? And we know from briefings here that the humanitarian community has asked for access to all areas of Tigray, and they say that they have not gotten it. When is the government going to allow access to all areas of Tigray? Thank you.
Thank you, dear. There's an unfettered access. But sometimes when there are some skirmish here and there, of course, we have established what we call it a military-civilian coordination committee, and through that mechanism, it will be cleared, and then if need be, food supply will be escorted by military. If not, the area will be cleared and will move to the destined area. So we have a very strong commitment that access is guaranteed by all means. But we see, as I said earlier, some challenges here and there. So for the good of the humanitarian workers, we don't want them to be in harm's way. It could be stopped for a couple of hours, for a day, and then, of course, it proceeds. So in areas where there are some pockets of resistance, indeed, there are some limitations. But our determination and commitment is to reach out to the needy people who very much are looking for the assistance that the government is providing. Mind you, 70% of the food and non-food item is being allocated by the government itself, closing some of our major infrastructure programs in other parts of the country, and closing it, allocating the fund to purchase food, non-food items, and then send it to the Tigray, and also to other parts of the region as well. Secondly, regarding the Eritrean, there is a commitment from my government, and the Eritreans have made it clear as well, that it is a matter of sorting out some technical and procedural issues. Our expectation is that they will definitely leave soon. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Those are my questions.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.